Hey everyone, Morgan here. So, on this episode of Back to Basics, I wanted to talk about why we need a bug out bag. In the prepping community, the bug out bag is heavily talked about. In fact, I think it's the number one thing that we talk about in the prepper community. And I think it's because it's just really fun to make a bug out bag. You know, it's not only fun, it's practical. You know, I think every single person needs to have a bug out bag. Even if you don't think that you're ever going to bug out, ever have any intentions of bugging out, or ever plan to bug out, I think you still need a bug out bag or emergency kit or go kit or bonch or whatever you want to call your kit, your go bag, whatever. This is something that every single person needs, and not just every person, but, you know, dogs, pets, kids, you know, every person in your household needs their own bug out bag. Babies, you know, I make my baby a bug out bag. My kids have bug out bags. My dogs have their own bags. You know, of course, I carry a lot of stuff still for my kids and even for my dogs as well. But anyway, you know, it's a start and it's a starting point. Anyway, my point is, why do you need a bug out bag? Every prepper always says you need a bug out bag and here's what you put in it. But I don't know if I've ever come across anybody that says this is why you need a bug out bag. Recently, I saw an article that said residents had 15 minutes to grab the essentials and evacuate. 15 minutes. Do you think, especially the unprepared people, do you think you would grab any essentials within 15 minutes? 15 minutes may sound like a long time. It's not, especially when it comes to a very stressful situation. Your mind slows and starts to actually kind of shut down in a way. You know, it's that fight or flight. You're like, well, what do I need? I don't know. I mean, that's literally what's going to happen. And a lot of people may just jump in the car and go. There are some people who won't even grab anything. Oh, well, maybe they won't forget their cell phone and their cell phone charger, of course. But as far as other things like food, water, maybe you need some medications, you know, what if you're going to be gone for a long period of time? What if you will not be able to come back to your location for an extended period of time? This is where the bug out bag comes in handy. You can simply grab the bag and go out the door because your bag should have at least 72 hours worth of items in it to help you get through. You may not need to use everything in that bag for specific scenarios, and you may not even need to touch it at all, depending on the type of scenario. Because if you have your bag packed and ready to go with essentials, in those 15 minutes, let's say, we're going to keep using that as an example, you can also grab some bottles of water. Okay, some, you know, a box of Mountain House meals or whatever, right? You know, you can grab your camp stove and now you've got a little setup to where you can at least have some extra food and water, right? Maybe you could just sleep in your car, you know, depending on your family situation or your general situation. But now you have basic supplies, okay? It's not just, you know, I don't know what I need. Maybe I'll just grab my cell phone charger and, you know, a jacket or whatever. It's you have the necessities ready to go at a moment's notice. There are many, many situations in which you may need to leave your home at a moment's notice. And it doesn't have to be a nationwide thing. It doesn't have to be a statewide thing. It doesn't even have to be a citywide thing. Sometimes there are just very localized events, you know, that could happen with a 1 or 2 mile radius of your home or something, you know, that sometimes can come out of nowhere, or sometimes, you know, you wait so long and then, you know, you're actually being told to evacuate, and then that's when it's really bad. But that's when you have no time, right? Being prepared is supposed to help you realize when you should go just as much as when you should stay, you know, and just as much as having a bug out bag to grab and go. Literally, grab, go. It is that simple. That is the whole reason you have a bag. And you don't even have to carry the bag either. Okay, you can just throw it in your vehicle or throw it on your bicycle or whatever the case may be. The situation doesn't always call for you throwing it on your back and walking out the door. It's just this bag has the contents needed to help you and your household get through an emergency or disaster while you are away from your home. So I hope that has explained a little about why you would even need a bug out bag in the first place. I highly encourage everyone to have a bug out bag, whether you ever plan to bug out or not. It's just nice to have. It's nice to know that if anything were to happen, you could just grab that one bag, not a multitude of things running around the house like a chicken with your head cut off, right? It's grabbing that one thing, maybe a few other items that are easily accessible like the food and the water, and leaving. That's it. Less stress, less time, more focused on getting to safety. Thank you all so much for watching. Conquer tomorrow by preparing today. Talk to y'all later. Bye.